What is up, people of the YouTubes? I am Sir Chickenstrips and I'm currently on a road trip through the UK. So don't be alarmed that everyone's riding on the opposite side of the road. That's just how they roll here. So I've actually been doing quite a lot of riding here. Yesterday, but I'll explain. I'm filming this on Tuesday. And this video is recorded on Tuesday. It's supposed to be online the next Friday. So by the time this is uploaded on Friday, I will have returned already. But yesterday, the Monday of my trip, I had a stint of 900 kilometers from just north of Edinburgh to Southampton. It had a lot of queues and works as well, so there were quite a few delays. I left at 9 in the morning and I got back at I think, well, not back, I got at Southampton at around 8 is the crack. So 900 kilometers on a SuperSport with luggage, including a pretty heavy backpack, is not too pleasant. I think we can all agree on that. So I decided I was going to be smart and put on a pair of those padded wheeler pants like cyclists put on to kind of prevent a sore arse if they're on the bike for a long time. And that was like the biggest mistake ever, because the bike shorts I have are for mountain biking and they kind of have the padded area to keep the pressure off of the saddle and kind of spread it. But because my saddle on my bike is obviously a lot bigger, it made it so there was like a pressure point rather than a spread of the weight. So that was actually very unpleasant, as you can imagine. Other than that, I've had a bit of a problem with my back because it was not liking the bags all too much. And obviously, like, especially in the traffic jams, when you're kind of leaned over forwards for an extended period of time while trying to zigzag through traffic, that kind of, yeah, that gets the better, that gets the best of you. So if I'm honest, I was struggling, but rather than on the first day when I did about a little bit more, I think that time I wasn't really sore or anything. I was just fatigued because I slept very poorly the night before. I think about only 3 hours. This time around, like after doing 4,000 kilometers in a week, my body was just not having any of it. And that kind of ties in with, like, a lot of people are kind of wondering whether or not it is wise to do these kind of trips on a SuperSport. Like, there's a reason touring bikes exist, right? So why would you bother doing it on your SuperSport? Well, for me personally, the diversion is just too underpowered for me. And my way of dealing with, like, if I need to correct or revise my route because I kind of fucked up, or if people are in my way and I need to kind of look ahead to figure out what's going on, I mostly rely on power. I just kind of power forward a bit to get more oversight, or so that I can take the initiative, or so that I can compensate for what I did wrong. And the diversion is really underpowered and shaky, and I doubt it would be any good for extended periods on the highway. And like yesterday was 900 kilometers of highway. It's also a fact that in the bendy roads in Scotland and here in the south, the Kawasaki is just so much more fun, right? So much more fun to ride these roads on the Kawasaki. But it does kind of leave the question, yeah, well, is it worth it? Look at this. Yes, it is. It's not ideal, and I definitely wouldn't suggest doing like 900 kilometers in a day. And going from the Netherlands to Whitby in one day was definitely not a good call either. But as long as you're kind of wary of that, I think it shouldn't actually be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem at all. If I kind of split those 2 days up, I wouldn't have any problems getting this entire UK trip done. Like, I wouldn't be a major discomfort or anything. I've also kind of got to revise my packing, because I brought a lot of shit along for when things go awry. Like, I've got a first aid kit with me, I've got some tools with me, and I didn't end up needing any of those. Leave me to wonder if it's worth taking them. Same with clothing. I ended up being able to wash my clothes, which meant I had like new fresh undies and socks and all that, which basically made like just 1/3 of my clothes redundant. I didn't end up needing them. So maybe those are things I can kind of factor in when I go again, to kind of make my backpack lighter, because I think that would help as well. Like, the only thing though is that the main reason I have the backpack with me and it is so heavy is you guys, because of taking the backpack, because of taking the camera and doing vlogs, I need to be able to get that material from my drift onto like an external hard drive, and I need to be able to sort of look back at material to see if there are no technical complications. And obviously, like yesterday my drift crashed, so I lost like the last 3 hours of my ride. That is, you know, can't do anything about that. But if you notice like a crackling in the sound, right, or there's some dirt on the lens inside the casing, you can kind of deal with that without, you know, going back for your trip and just having 40 hours of unusable material, as an example. So I don't really have many options there. But all in all, I definitely say, like, if you're a bit wise about it and not like as stubborn as I was, you can definitely do like a round trip of the UK on a super bike without too much of a bother and without too much discomfort. So that shouldn't be a problem. That is at least what I found of the last 4,000 kilometers I did in 7 days. I will be sticking a few more on the next few days, so I should end up at around 5.5. I will then kind of do a, well, what shall we call it? An encore, where I kind of review my trip on what I did and what I would do differently next time. But for now, I'm actually pretty content. This was pretty good. Had a lot of nice sights, and I'm not done enjoying it yet. So look forward to that while I edit the Euro trip. I am Sir Chickenstrips. I thank you very much for watching my videos and validating what I do when I drive around. I hope you have or had a lovely holiday, and if you're not planning on going, have a good day. Peace.